This section here we are talking about is how do we empower our people through the innovation. So we will be talking through how our product, our showcase can help. Hey, where's the thing? Okay, you can see here the statistics here shows that people are always the most value asset, including ourselves in our own organization. Okay, and then with this AI today going on, AI versus human, and then a lot of collaboration going on between us and the AI. How do we make it better? Okay, there are actually 73% today from the organization just thinking this, and there are also 66%, looking at increasing AI to increase our productivity. We cannot work 24 hours, but maybe the AI can. But with this thing going on, right, what will happen? I think we all know that, most of the job will be, automated by Gen AI. And that's where I think Fujitsu today, right, we are trying to look into how we can create human and AI collaboration using our technology, our, showcase. Okay, you can see that, by empowering through this journey, right, and the experience, right, we actually selected 3 showcase here, which is coming from, one of it is from the safety and wellness, where my colleague Aaron later will display, our video behavior analytics, followed by the productivity and efficiency. So we want to be fast today. We want to simplify. If we use human, sometimes you wait and wait. So we will introduce something called modern service desk with the AI behind it. Lastly, is about the trust, and this is about how we want to evaluate the trust, right, through the business transparency. And this both will be presented by Teddy over there. All right, so I will hand my mic to Aaron. Okay, for you.
Thank you. Hi. Before I start, just a quick question. These days we see a lot of CCTVs around. Do you know what are the CCTVs used for? Security. Yes. So basically, we use it for security to store video images. But the problem is, just like our dash cam in our car, we normally leave it running. We don't do anything with it. We only need it when there's an accident or there's a traffic violation. Then we frantically go search through the video as proof, right? So this kind of behavior is more of reactive. So we only react to certain situations when the need arises. But ideally, we would like our CCTVs, our cams to be more proactive. So ideally, to be able to preempt before something happens, or at least be able to react when something happens. So we don't wait till it's long in the past and we start searching for the videos. So this is what we are trying to do. Like for example, 2 a.m. in the morning, you see the CCTV detects a guy walking around in front of a jewelry shop with a brick in a hand. Okay. So ideally, we would like the CCTV, the system, to be able to send someone to check it out before the person actually smashes the glass, right? Or someone hiding a bag under the seat and runs off the bus. Ideally, we would like to be able to trigger and send someone to check to make sure it's not a bomb or some drugs or things like that. So to better illustrate what I'm talking about, we have Alex. Okay, so Alex oversees forklift operations and warehouse safety. So he's concerned about operational efficiency, compliance with security protocols, and ensuring that the workers don't get hurt at work. So, for example, in a factory scenario, it's very easy to get hurt when, say, for example, you are lifting heavy load with improper posture like this. So you see the screen flashing red is basically detecting something that shouldn't be happening. So versus a proper posture like this. Did it flash? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I somewhat missed it. So things like distracted worker in a heavy machinery environment. Sorry, I'm holding too many things in my hand.
the.
Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, that's a problem with holding too many things. Yeah. So, and in an unfortunate event that an accident happened, say in a factory, it's very loud. It's almost impossible to pick up a phone and call. So we would like to be able to detect someone signaling for help like this. So these are some simple examples that basically can be used to trigger some actions. And how do we achieve that? So essentially, as we all know, for machine learning stuff, usually we need to train. We spend a lot of time training, refining the system. For this system, it's basically very fast because we have over 100 basic pre-trained rules. So all the training has already been done. So for example, standing, running, looking, reaching out your hand. So essentially, we can create complex rules by chaining different actions together. Like for example, we can detect someone pushing a trolley in a supermarket, stopping in front of shelves, looking at an item, reaching out, grabbing an item. So all these actions can be chained together. And as you can see, privacy is preserved. Because if you look at this, it's translating me into a matchstick figurine. So the analysis is done on the matchstick representation instead of the actual person in the video. And it's basically running on live streaming, so it's not recording any videos, or else my laptop would have died. And it can tap on existing cameras that we have. So for this example, I'm using a cheap webcam. It works perfectly fine. And it's easily scalable. We can either implement it on-premise or in the cloud. And these are some of the example implementations that we have. Like, for example, detecting or monitoring aggressive behaviors in public spaces, like train station, bus terminals, or monitoring forklift operators. Make sure that the person is not distracted, is not crashing into people or items. So these are basically the applications are limited only by our imaginations. So long as there are human behavior involved, this can detect. So next, I'll pass the mic to Teddy, who will share more on AI Modern Service Desk. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, so I'm just going to share some of the journey that Fujitsu has, how we deploy AI into our service desk, yeah, to enhance the customer experience. Right. Now, I think the best way is to do a use case, right? So let me introduce you to Sam. Sam is a marketing manager, right? And one day, she need to urgently travel for a conference, yeah. And the news happened like at night, and she need to really start triggering all the process immediately. Now, she's not familiar with the travel policy, right? And she need help. But in the middle of the night, there's no one to ask, yeah. The HR is obviously not available, right? So obviously what Sam do is he's trying to call the service desk, right? Now it happened that the service desk is already transformed into this customer experience center, which is basically is a next generation service desk, yeah, which is driven by AI. Now, when someone or when you call a service desk in the middle of the night, you can guess, right? It's either you get a voicemail, or you get bot, yeah, or you get a chatbot, right? So it is the same here. So when we call, it was accepted by our digital assistant called Amelia, right? Now, Amelia is quite unique here because it has a unique features, yeah, to mimic a human behavior. Now, what does it mean by mimicking a human behavior, right? Now, when we communicate, yeah, as a human, usually we always talk in multiple contexts, yeah, or multiple topics. We always mixing up multiple topics. Sometimes we are discussing about something, and in the middle we can switch topics, and then it's come back again. Now, this kind of situation is something where the bot will have a challenge. Yeah? It is something that is easy for human, but it's actually challenging for the bot, right? Now, I think recently we have a popular term that is, I think all of us heard the name prompt engineering. Yeah, you heard prompt engineering, yeah? With the Gen AI and all those things, which is basically is teaching us how do you ask questions to the AI correctly, right? And if you, so that you can get an optimum answer, right? Now the tricky part about this prompt engineering is that they want us human to be more like AI and not the other way around, right? Now think about it, yeah. Someone like Sam, yeah, at 2 a.m. in the morning, he need help. He calls service desk. Will she even bother with the prompt engineering? Of course, she's not. She just asks whatever she want to ask, right? And that is where the challenge comes, right? Because when the bot, even though it's being well trained, but when it's facing this kind of situation and it's not able to differentiate the multiple topic, yeah, it will get confused, and that is actually where a lot of us say, oh, this one is useless, oh, this one is very annoying, it's wasting my time and all those things, right? So basically, this is something that are quite unique because Amelia will be able to split the topic, understand these are two different topics, and answer it accordingly, right? Now, after this is settled, at the same time, Sam also want to enroll her mobile device into the corporate network, right? So because she wants to keep productive, yeah, while on the go, right? Now, how to do that? She will also contact Amelia, right? And basically, what Amelia do is, so usually when you request something, you have to fill up form or you have to send email with a certain information, right? So what Amelia do is she's asking a series of questions, yeah, and this based on the answer of these questions, this information is being used to create a service request ticket, and automatically it will trigger a workflow. Then, of course, after the workflow is being approved, maybe the next day, right, she will get a QR code where she can scan using her mobile device, and then the process will start. Yeah, first she will get the authentication first, and then after that she get an on-screen instruction step by step, and finally she is being onboarded, right, and with a safe and easy manner, right. Now, one thing that is we learn from this exercise, right, is that you know that this happened in the middle of the night, right, and it's all handled by AI, right. We always worry about AI going to replace our job, right. But all of this actually come back to what we call the ethical AI or responsible AI. It depends on how we actually develop and use the AI, right? So the case that we presented here, it is one of the cases that we want to focus on, yeah, where AI is not used to replace us, but is to supplement us, right? There are many things that we have many unwanted tasks, right? Tedious, unwanted tasks we don't want to do. We don't want to wake up in the middle of the night, right? If all of these unwanted tasks can be passed to AI, right? This can actually help to improve our well-being, work-life balance, yeah, without sacrificing productivity, right? So this is some kind of like a direction that we want to go when we are deploying AI, right? Now, I'm going to introduce you to another interesting solution. It's called track and trust, right? So trust is something that are very important for the business, right? But today, right, trying to build trust has become more challenging, yeah? Because we have social media, we have a lot of misinformation, we have deep fakes. The deep fake is really amazing, right? Now, how does the company build trust to the consumer, to the customer, right? Now, of course, the first thing is you need to uphold ethical practice. That is given, right? Everyone will have to do that. Then you have to maintain transparency, right? Because if not transparent, how do we know that it is that you are really doing the right thing, right? Now, for the sake of the business, is this too sufficient? Sometimes we need to do more, yeah? We need to proactively promoting or communicate our ethical process and also our transparency. Now the question is, how do we actually do that? Now, we have an interesting use case in Europe, right? Let me introduce you to Maria, not the real name, right? She is working for a textile company, right? And her job is actually to ensure that the product is sourced sustainably and ethically, right? Maybe for us in Singapore here, we say, hey, why do you need to do that, right? But it is important for this company is because the product is being marketed in the area or in the region where there is a government regulation and there is a compliance, right? And they need to make sure all of this in order to penetrate the market. Now the challenge for Maria is that the textile require a long of supply chain, yeah, from harvesting, spinning, knitting, and all those things until it become a product, right? How do you ensure all of this? Yeah, because if your business is all centralized, it is easy because all belong to your department. You can make sure that all the department following your policy. But if this is in a supply chain, each of these party, it is actually completely a different company which you have no control. And if one of them do something wrong, you might get affected even though you didn't do anything wrong, right? I think the interesting case that we heard recently, right? I think there is a pager that is being used as a bomb, right? And the company actually said, no, we never produced this. So everyone was confused, yeah? So, so how do we handle such a situation, right? Now, Fujitsu has this technology called track and trust. This is basically is a digital ledger, right? Utilizing a blockchain technology. So we can onboard all the company within your supply chains, and then whenever a product is being created from the start, from the production, supply, distribution, and so on, until the end of the result, we will be able to track that, and the customer will be able to see whether this is a real product or someone just put your brand and then it become another issue, right? Now, this technology is actually, we have implemented in Europe, yeah, it's called Tax Tracer, right? And if you see on my left here, we have one of the sample of the product, right? So on top of the usual price tag, we have a QR code, right? We actually copy the QR code here. I invite you, you can try to scan the QR code, right? So when you scan the QR code, you will be able to see how is this product, yeah, how it started from harvesting, knitting, and so on, right? So it become more difficult for company, right, or from a wrong person, yeah, trying to fake your product, because now you have a very clear line that you can check, yeah, from which company, from which country, and so on, right? Now, while you are exploring that, I will return this to Alvin.
Right. Thank you, Thaddeus and Aaron. So I think to conclude this experience sharing, right, I think importantly is how we empower our people through all the technology that we have today, how to help them and help ourselves in terms of going through this new innovation journey. All right. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to approach any of us here. So that will conclude our today's session. Thank you very much.